Pastor LeRoy Haynes with the Albina Ministerial Alliance Coalition for Justice and Police Reform.
I'm a son of the freedom movement. I've been in the freedom movement of justice and equality since at the age of 13. I was part of the King movement of youth and children that desegregated the South, that were willing to put their bodies on the line and to go to jail and to be beaten in order to bring about a social revolution here in America. Once I left my city in Southeast Texas, I joined SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and became a SNCC organizer for voter registration in the 68 Voters' Rights Bill and the Continuous Civil Rights Bill. Later became the co-organizer of the Black Panther Party for the whole state of Texas. And so I'm presently, in terms of the ministry here in Portland, Oregon. The Albina Ministerial Alliance Coalition for Justice and Police Reform is an organization coalition organization of activists and community groups as well as faith-based institutions. For 12 years we have, before there was a Black Lives Matter, before there was a Hands Up, Don't Shoot, we were out there in the streets, the main battlefront for addressing the issue of justice and the Kendra James case, the Aaron Campbell case, the James Chassie case. All of those particular cases, we were the vanguard of the coalition. We decided that we needed something that every time that there was a police shooting or killing, that instead of trying to reorganize, we need a permanent group of coalition of organizations that would gather together and stay consistently on that issue. All of that, we were the major instrument in filing a suit against the Portland Police Bureau that brought about the Department of Justice suit here, and what we are presently in a settlement agreement. And we're given a new legal standing that is called enhanced amicus, where we were a part of developing a plan of the settlement agreement for COAB and COCO and other things that we are still a vital part of that agent, and we are still addressing the issue of police reform in the city of Portland. One of my mentors, Dr. Martin Luther King, wrote a book once called Where Do We Go From Here, From Chaos or Community? We that have been foot soldiers and leaders in the civil rights movement, the Black Power movement, and the police accountability movement, clearly understand that every time that there is a social revolution or progress, that there is a dialectical counteraction to progress. And we are in that particular time where there is a dialectical counter revolution that is epitomized in Trump, but it started way before, historically, before Trump came in. And this counter movement, this backlash, like what took place with the Nixon backlash in '68, is a backlash that will target immigrants, and that will target in-turn Muslims, and that will target black people, African American. And we understand very clearly that we will be one of the major target groups and have historically been one of the major target groups in our history in America. That means that we are fighting on two levels. One level in the struggle, our struggle is to fight to keep the gains that have been made during the Civil Rights Movement and the Black Power Movement, the gains of the '64 Civil Rights Bill, the '65 Voters' Rights, and the '68 bill, as well as many other houses. Those gains were paid for with blood, sweat, and tears. Blood that ran through the streets of America, blood of children that were water hosed, blood of men and women. We clearly understand, those who are part of the movement, that a price has been paid to change America. America has never changed without sacrifice. America has never changed without confrontation. And even though many thought that with the election of a black president, Obama, that the nation will eliminate and will go to a post-racial community and nation, many of us understood that you're not going to eliminate 350 years of oppression with no one president. And so we understand very clearly that the movement now is to resist the turning back of the clock and the empowerment of white supremacy. We understand that the fighting on the next level will be even greater than it has been before since the '60s. And so we are targeting quite a few people, like Session as the U.S. Attorney, whom I know personally, and I have protests against when a U.S. Attorney in Alabama. He is a white supremacist. We will have a white supremacist as the U.S. Attorney General, who has made very clearly that he is anti-black, anti-immigrant, and anti-Muslim. And so we will be looking at the turning back of the clock, not only of laws, but a deepened oppression as our nation moves towards fascism. Okay? But we must, as King said in a march from Selma to Montgomery, we have to keep moving forward. We must not only resist, but we must move forward towards what he described as the beloved community, building a nation and a community of justice, peace, and equality, where anti-violence and a democratic, pluralistic community. This is the community that is our goal. It's not enough just to resist. We also must have a goal, a vision that is greater than where we are now. And so we continue to move forward there. On January the 28th, we will have a major march, the MA Coalition against police brutality and abuse, police accountability march, and a march to stop the Trump turning back the clock that will take place from the statue at the Convention Center to Martin Luther King. And so we are, just want to end on this note. We do not fear the struggle that is coming. Darkness, great darkness is upon our land, but we've been here before. We've been here before, and we fought our way through this. And so the opportunity, we see this as also an opportunity to finish what we called the Second American Revolution. For the First American Revolution left us out, and women and Indian and other non-property owners. And so we say this is an unfinished revolution. And so we see this as an opportunity to bring forth the fruit of the Second American Revolution.